of storage, so I had to delete some apps. But yes, I just put a lot. With this specific blush, I noticed that like it's very pale. Like you can barely see that on my finger. So it really looks good if I layer it because the shade I bought was too light. I ordered it online, so I couldn't really tell. And it took an entire month to arrive, so I was not going to return it. And I think it's grown on me. It's one of my favorite blushes now. But I love to layer the MAC blush on top. So I used the Into the Pink Extra Dimension blush from MAC. And this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. I can do a little swatch. Can you see? It's like almost holographic in a way. And I just tap that a little bit over this blush, and I think it gives a very pretty shine. And I really like it a lot. It's so pretty. Oh, it's just so pretty. I wore that blush at my prom. My prom was a few months ago now, I guess. Wow, my prom was in June. That was so long ago. I'm just gonna put a little bit more concealer on top. I always put a little bit more concealer after I do my blush, just because I almost feel like the blush touches the concealer and then makes it not as concealed in a way. So I just do that, and it gives it more of a seamless look, and I think it's really pretty. Wow, beautiful. And now we are going to do my lips. I get asked questions about my lips quite often. I think it's something that a lot of people would like to know. Like, everyone has a different lip combination that looks good for them, and I think this is one that looks really good for me. So I always start by moisturizing my lips with a really good moisturizing. I wish they made this prettier. Like, I don't know why the packaging looks like this, but this is a really good moisturizer. And then I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Lip liner, and I just line my lips with this, and after I moisturize it, I feel like it glides on easier. And I just I don't overline my lips, I just kind of line them regularly. I honestly don't know how to overline them because every time I do it looks really bad, so I just kind of line them to give it color. And I love this shade of the e.l.f. lip liner. It's so pretty. It's the shade That Merlot, though, which I think is a very weird thing to name a lip product, but I don't know. It's beautiful. See? And then I use this. This is from Etude. It's their oil tint in the shade Neon Pink. And it's basically, I love this. You need to buy this. It's like a lip oil that also tints your lips. So even after you drink water and do all of those things, it will stay on your lips, which I think is really cool. And I kind of just put that in there. And it's so beautiful. And then for a final touch, I use the e.l.f. lip oil again, but this is a glittery one. And this, oh, it's so pretty. I wish I had more glitter. I love this big applicator. It's so pretty. Sorry, I had to put some on you. I couldn't help it. It's so big and pretty, and I love how easily it just glides on. It's beautiful. And I think, honestly, that is all the makeup I do for my base makeup. Now, for more of a, let's say, like, glam, I go in with the Sugar Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Look at these colors. Oh my gosh. I really love the white one, and I really love the pink one and this purple one. And I also use this one a little bit as well. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this white, and I'm just going to put it right on my eyelid, just a little. And I think it's just going to give it like a little bit of a brighten. And it's really pretty. I don't know if it's white or pink, to be quite honest with you. It's very pretty though. And then I'm going to use the purple shade. I think it's number C3, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll just tap that on top of the white. And I think putting the white first allows it to pop a lot more. And I'm just going to tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. There we go. It's beautiful. Alright, let's use some of this pink. This pink right there. It's like what it looks like here. I'll do a little shade swatch for you. Ooh, that's pretty. I love this pink. Oh, it's to die for. I'm just going to dab that on top of the purple. I don't know if you can. That looks good. I can't really tell when it's that close, but just dab that on top of the purple. And then I'm just going to do a little more. I'm just going to build it up a little. And I just always use my finger for glitter. I generally don't think there's a brush in the world that is better than using your finger for glitter. It grabs it so perfectly. And then I'm going to go ahead in with this little brownish shade. And I'm just going to put that right in the end of my eyelid, just to give it a little bit of dimension. I think that's so pretty. Not a smoky eye look, but just a little bit of dimension for my eye. And I really like it. Alright. Pretty. Alright, now for the final touch. I'm going to go in with this. I'll do another shade swatch. Oh, hold on. That wasn't good. Ooh. That's the white one. And I'm going to put a little in the corner. Oh. That was a mistake. I should have used my pinky. In the corner of my eye. Right there. Look how beautiful. And it's so pretty. I put a little bit too much on this side, but I think it's really gorgeous. And that is the finished makeup. Now for my eyelashes, I have been taking a break from mascara just because I don't like how my eyelashes fall out when I use it. So I just kind of take my finger and I kind of just push up my lashes like it's a lash curler almost. And there we go. That is the finished makeup look. Let me know if you try it out. I thought this was very fun to make. This is really just the makeup I do every day. It's very simple. It's very easy. And I can start linking the products I use in the description box if you would like that. So let me know in the comments, and I can do more extravagant makeup routines or even tutorials. But yes, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope I relaxed you and gave you some makeup tips. Okay, kisses. XOXO.